Alright, I'm just gonna be winging this. I have no script and I'm not gonna like cut it or anything. This is my tier list on who I think could beat Montgomery Gator in a 1v1 fight. No like memes or anything like that. So, there's few ground rules. These two tiers, the nightmares and irrelevant, those are all characters who are like don't physically exist or like joke characters like exotic butters. So that includes all of the nightmares because they're either a dream or like illusion from the disc. All the apparitions like Shadow Freddy, Shadow Bonnie, and the Phantoms, things like that. So the first tier list, who I think would be absolutely destroyed by Montgomery Gator, are it's Bonnet and Bonbon because they're just tiny little hand puppets that really can't move on their own. So they just get crushed instantly. Same with Helpy and Bidybab and a lot of others. A lot of these are really just small characters who would get killed easily, or like little kids, like the Afton children. Same with like the Cupcake, Trash in the Gang, mini arenas, stuff like that. Then I have Short Fight, who I think they would they'd lose, but it would take at least a little bit of time. That it wouldn't get absolutely destroyed, but they would still lose. So like being like the bigger animatronics that aren't like regular animatronics, like Balloon Boy, JJ, Candy Cadet, Chipper and Sons, because it's really just a lumberjack, squirrel, beaver, or whatever. Electrobrab's above Biddy Bab because it could shock them and that could do something. Yendo is just like a fun time animatronic, but like not mentally there, I guess. Fruit Punch and Lemonade Clown, because why not? Security Puppet, because it's like the puppet, but not like possessed yet. Then in Would Lose, I have all of the regular animatronics, being like the Toy Freddy, the toys, the rock stars, the originals, Music Man, the Wizards, things like that. I also have Michael Afton in here because he's just a guy. Same with Vanessa. They're just regular human adults. So I put them up here. I put Sun up here because you may say I have Moon and could go either way, but I put Sun here because they're just too nice, and they'd think that nothing bad's going on, and they just get pulverized by Monty. I also put Springtrap and Scraptrap here because people may think, oh, it's Springtrap. He never dies. He lives forever. I don't I don't care. He's a decaying corpse in a Gen 1 or Gen 2 animatronic suit. So he's not doing anything. He's just a regular person really that just has some like metal in him. Then in Would Have to Get Lucky, these are for the characters who, under certain circumstances, there's a chance they could beat Monty, whether they're smarter or like faster, things like that. I have William Afton here because he has dismantled animatronics before, like the FNAF 3 minigames where he just dismantles the original animatronics. But Montgomery Gator is a very more advanced and a lot stronger and smarter than a regular animatronic, so I think he'd if William didn't get a jump on him, then he'd just William just lose. I put Foxy on here because he is very fast, but he is also very frail. In FNAF 1, he's the only animatronic that isn't he's out of order because he's broken and like is torn up a bit. So I don't think that Foxy would just easily kill him. You'd have to get lucky in some sort with his hook or something. And the hook probably isn't even very sharp. So it because it's a kid's establishment, so I don't think Foxy would have very much of a chance. That's the same for Withered Foxy, where they're fast but frail. Then for the puppet, I have the puppet up here. People could say, "Oh, they're super spirit stuff like that." It's the same. A lot of these are the same reasons that they're fast but they're really frail. Because puppet is pretty much just little like with the outer coat. There's not much of an endoskeleton in there because they're just pulled by the strings and stuff. So the puppet may be smart, but Monty gets one hit, then they're just gone. I have Mangle here because Mangle is like a mess, so it shows that they have some durability. and they could use that to somehow maybe trip up Monty or make him like wrap around him or something. I have all the fun times in this one tier because they're smarter than the average animatronic and their endoskeletons are more advanced. Same with their exoskeletons like the faceplates and stuff. And like Ballora is like a spider, when she crawls around and stuff. So that's another thing. Baby is 7 feet tall. They could all get lucky somehow. I have Roxanne Wolf and Glamrock Chica in here because they're Glamrock animatronics. They have the Glamrock endo. They're more advanced than all the other ones. They could stand a fight. I would put if I could put another tier in between, could go either way, and we have to get lucky. I'd put Roxanne there because in the game after you get rid of her eyes, she like dashes and stuff that could catch Monty off guard and somehow do something. But either way, I feel like Monty would beat them because of his claw upgrades and him being stronger. Then I have Scrap Baby. Scrap Baby is baby as well, and I feel like with now having her claw for one of the arms, she could do more damage in one hit. So if she got lucky and was able to land a good hit on him, she could take him out rather quickly. I also have Gregory here, and you would think that I'd put Gregory and would beat Monty. But I put him in this tier because he literally did get lucky. When you pour the bucket on him full of the balls, uh, the only reason why Monty got dismantled was because the railing he was on fell out. He could have held up that pit, but he couldn't because the thing fell down from under him. So that's just the definition of Gregory getting lucky in that fight. Then I don't know what this is. I'm pretty sure I put this as like William Afton when after all of his kids died and he was or no, this I put this as Burn Trap, that's what it was. Burn Trap would have to get lucky. Burn Trap is similar to Spring Trap and stuff that he's just a decaying guy in a suit. But Burn Trap he could hack the animatronics like he does in the game, but he still is very weak and frail. And if he doesn't have the devices around him to do that, then he's just gonna lose. Could go either way. I have obviously I have Monty in here, but I also have Glamrock Freddy in here because I feel like they're both strong, and you can see that in all that happens in the game. You know, Freddy he does get torn up by the security bots in that one ending, but Freddy is also a very strong character. He goes through a lot. He survives. Saves Gregory. I put Moon in here because Moon's one of the few characters who can actually take Gregory out of Freddy when he's in there, and he can like fly for one in a sense with the strings. He swims in the air, and he's also very slippery and can get around and probably do something. I also have Molten Freddy because Molten Freddy's a giant pile of spaghetti, and he's not as smart as Ennard, who I have in there, but if he like tangled up Monty and caused him to not be able to move, then I feel like Molten Freddy would have a very good chance of that beating Monty. Finally, all the characters I think could beat Monty in a fight. First, Ennard, who I said a bit with Molten Freddy, who he's smarter than Molten Freddy, and with Baby in there, they'd have like a lot more wires and stuff to actually take down and trip up Monty. So I feel like Ennard would be able to destroy him because Ennard is smart, he's fast, he's slippery. So even though he may not have the raw power that Monty has, Ennard would be able to take down Montgomery Gator. I put Vanny up here because Vanny is very similar to Burn Trap, where Vanny is a regular person, but they can corrupt the animatronics, and you can see that from the Vanny ending in Security Breach, where she tells the security bots to tear up Freddy. If she has that like commanding iPad or whatever, she can send as many security bots as she wants towards Monty. who would probably lose to Monty, but the numbers may outnumber him. That's kind of how Ennard and Molten Freddy would do it. And also, she can hack the animatronics because that's what she did in the game. The animatronics were hacked by Vanny and Burntrap, and that's why they're trying to hunt down Gregory. Finally, they have Golden Freddy and Wither Golden Freddy on here, but I feel like Golden Freddy can teleport. He's an all-knowing being. He's holding William Afton in limbo, or I guess they, because it's two spirits in there. But I feel like Golden Freddy would be able to take down and beat Monty because they're just supernatural. They can teleport. They can do a lot of stuff. And yeah, so that's my tier list. If you want to complain in the comments, say who you think could beat Monty and like tell me why. And also, this is based off like no memes and stuff. Cause that one animation where Helpy has a gun, no, that doesn't count. And so, yeah, I would like to see other people's opinions on this. Remember, this is just mine, though I do believe it is correct. So if you think a character should be higher or should be lower, tell me, and I'll discuss with you guys in the comments. Alright, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.